Hello guys, welcome back to Legomaster627's Creations. Yes, I know it is rather late, but you know what? I don't think this tour is going to take as long as I may intentionally think. And yes, some of the cats died while making this event, so yeah, that's only just one of many because, of course, yeah, some of them died when I was on here earlier. Actually, I actually started this event an hour ahead of time, actually. And for some reason, I am still filming it stupidly late. It's annoying. Wait, why do I still have the 1,000 subscribers hat on? That is outdated. Very much outdated. Anyway, speaking of hats, obviously we do have one up there. Today is Monday, February 12th, 2024. Let's officially start the tour. And I'm not even joking when I say this. I literally put in this sign literally right before I hit record. So, yeah. Not even a freaking joke. That's literally what I did right before doing this video. Valentine's Day 2024. I put a little heart there for no reason. Actually, because this party is filled with those. Actually, yeah, you can actually see a few of them back there, actually. It is, of course, from February 12th to the 19th, with last year's being from February 13th to the 20th. And then the year before, starting on Valentine's Day itself. I know. There's a little trivia. Anyway, there's not much out here compared to the previous year. As you can see, the water park entrance looks like this, and is ironically the three iconic Valentine's Day colors. But do be known, it's not actually featured as much as you may think in this party. There's actually only two main colors, pink and red, with some white implemented. Like this, for example. The pillars holding up the treehouse ironically share all three of these colors at the same time, which is honestly super freaking cool. And with all that said, let's obviously go up to the treehouse now that I mentioned it. Which, the floor windows look like this. They look very cool. I know, not as much decoration compared to the previous year, but that is okay. Because it only gets bigger from here. Actually, as soon as we leave the treehouse, that'll be a true fact. And the only item I was able to create as of right now is the hat. Let's put that on. As you can see, that's how it looks. We have a heart right here. Made out of course, the tinted glass. With all of that being said. No, sorry, the stained glass. Because the tinted glass is this. Yeah, the stained glass. There we go. There we go. I knew I got the name wrong for a second. Yeah, the stained glass. Made out of red and pink stained glass, as you can clearly see right here. Looks very cool. Now, heading on in here, has actually nothing. Who do we get today? Whiskers. Oh, dang it. They're one of the ones that are dead. Like, I think the only one that's alive right now is Winter. So, I'll go respawn Whiskers when we get down to the Planet World Pet Cemetery, which is actually not going to be long from now, because we're almost done with the treehouse. As you can see, this is decorated even more. But wait till we get into my room, because, yep, take a look. It's actually decorated. Most of the snow is still here, and will be for a bit. Oh, one more thing. Unlike last year, this is the only event for February. The only reason we did an extra event last year is because we wanted to hold the Winter Luau across all the worlds, which only ended up being like 3 of them. But again, to clarify, this is the only event for February. Yep, it's back to just being one event for February, which is Valentine's Day. As we still want to kind of keep the little tradition of this being a season and holiday themed world for events. Again, when it comes to events. You know, like the original premise for Lego's Island. Hey, does anybody remember when the original premise for Lego's Island in terms of events was meant to be for seasons and holidays and was killed off very quickly when we got to the maze event? Yeah. You could tell I brought that tradition over to this world and pretty much kept my promise ever since. Except for the Winter Luau and 1,000 subscribers event. Going a little off topic, but it is kind of true though. Back to the tour, though. I will hopefully not go off topic again. But I thought I'd just bring that up. Anyway, This looks very cool. Probably not as much decorated as compared to the year prior, but that is again okay, considering we don't need to go absolutely nuts. Except we kind of did at the same time. You see, the map is updated here, as you can clearly see. Oh, let me just see if I can... Yep, there we go. That part was missing. And I swear over here, this is decorated. It's just not updating for some reason. Maybe we just need to make another map over there. Actually, while I'm at it, let's actually do that. And we'll keep it in there until we go over there, as it is obviously decorated. The map does look pretty cool, though. Like I said, we're going to go respawn Whiskers. Now, I just want to clarify the pool is not updated. But inside here is. Let's respawn Whiskers. Oh, wait. Sorry, that is the spawning twice. There we go. It's gonna probably take some time. I'll be right back. Actually, I literally just realized that's kind of a waste of time, especially if we're trying to get this out before midnight, which I highly doubt is going to happen. I feel like I just wasted like 2 minutes when I really could have not have done that. But, oh well. Regardless. Here is the Planet World Pet Cemetery. It is decorated, which is very, very cool. And so is in here as well. This is decorated too. And so is this. This honestly looks amazing if I'm being honest. And let's move on. Oh yeah, the little poles here to hold up the building is updated too. The little fences to hold them up. Let's see now. Yeah, actually, yeah, we'll save the village for last. Kind of just like how it is on Lego's Island. Alright, let's head over here. So, here is the, Action World Series. So, as you can see, the cabin is updated on the outside and also on the inside as well. The little farm here is also updated as well. Honestly, very cool, actually. And these hearts were also placed kind of last minute as well. Actually, let's go to the cabin first, since that's the main one. Or the main area. As you can see, we have a heart up here. And it also looks very cool in here, if I'm being completely honest. It really does actually look pretty cool in here. You know, actually, why don't I actually place a flower in there? Actually, that should go for all of these, actually. Let's place, like... see now. Yeah, you know what? These two actually could work. Because I think, like, last year, like, we had, like, a whole rose theme and stuff. I think, if I recall correctly. I'll have to go look back at the video. But, yeah, as you can tell, we have a pink and red theme this year, if it wasn't already freaking obvious. Actually, it should be obvious, considering, like, that's basically mainly the only two colors you're seeing. I know, yeah, the white part of the event kind of dies out pretty much right around there. Because most of this is now just pink and red, with just some slight white things implemented, although these chairs are always like this. So I guess that doesn't really count, although I guess it does at the same time, considering it is a part of the theme. Regardless, though, the hotel also does look very cool. And with all that being said, I just realized something. Yeah, it literally took me until, like, right now to realize we didn't have regen on, which is ironically the heart icon that we see up there. Yep. Yeah, why did it take me that long to realize that? God dang it. Anyway, in legitimate seriousness, I'm glad I noticed that before we got too far into this tour. Regardless, you guys can see the bed is updated as well. And before you also ask, yes, the same can apply for the other side as well. Which is honestly so cool. And that's literally it for the hotel. That's why we got through it as quickly as we did, because there's not that much. And no, there's nothing in the basement. But we should add the anniversary... Wait a minute, hold on. Did we ever end up actually adding the anniversary colors for last year's anniversary, now that I think about it? I want to check that real quick. I know that's kind of wasting us some slight time here. Okay, no we didn't. I'm going to have to do that in the future. Although, actually, yeah, that lever was supposed to be there anyway, so... Actually, yeah, perfect coincidence. Here is the campfire area. As you can see, it's updated. It honestly looks super cool. Of course, the tiki torches are also updated as well, which are also very, very, very cool. honestly looks amazing. And yeah. Now this is where things get interesting. I didn't have enough time to update the lodge, but I can confirm that every single one of these buildings, okay, maybe also except for the blacksmith shop. Okay, every building except for the blacksmith shop and lodge, oh, and event room, are all decorated. I'm gonna make that very clear right now. But first, let's do the resort since we're like the closest to it. Which is ironically one of the first places I did, at least in this section of the world, to be specific. As you can see, this honestly looks amazing, and it actually does look amazing. What do you guys think? As you can see, it's mainly all pink and red, like you would expect for something like this, which honestly looks amazing. I did not think it would be this detailed, and my god, the outcome was amazing when it comes to this stuff. It really is amazing. It really shows how much I can do with this type of stuff. It really can. I mean, the umbrella colors are kind of a reference to the 2019 Legos Island Valentine's Day party. Actually, if you think about it, a majority of the colors are ironically a reference to these, because that's ironically what they are. Like I said, this building is updated. Oh, let's get her in here by any chance. Yeah, let's get Winter in here. As you can see, this is updated. And by the way, much like last year's party, the pearl scent frog lights can also be seen in some rooms. At least with rooms that have glowstone as light. As you can see, we finally see some more white here, which is honestly super freaking cool. Unfortunately, up here is not updated, but I wasn't planning to anyway. This honestly looks very cool, and I did every other color as you can see, which honestly makes it even more detailed than it already is. To be honest though, this actually looks amazing. If I'm being quite honest. This actually looks amazing. I really do love the outcome of this. And I hope you guys love it too. By the way, I also want to clarify one more thing. There will be more items in this party, I just didn't have enough time to make them. The coffee shop, as you can see, is also updated in this party, with more pearl scent froglets as well. This actually looks amazing. And yeah, it's mainly all pink and red, and some slight white in there as well. I guess you could also, count the pearl scent froglets for also being some slight white as well, considering there is technically some white in there as well. Yeah, I guess you could count that. Like, that's actually true, if you think about it. So never mind, the little white theme here, I guess didn't fully die out entirely. But it definitely did when we got to this room. Yeah. Wow. It's crazy. Oh, let me fix that. Oh, I forgot I did the whole room in the wool color. Never mind, I guess we're doing that. Sorry about that. Right. There we go. So, the library also looks very cool as well. And yes, you may also notice that I changed all the wood to these colors as well, to make it even more creative. Next up is the first house, which doesn't have much in it, so we're not going to be here long. But it does actually look pretty cool, I'm not going to lie, actually. And yeah, with all that being said, this actually looks very cool. The pearl scent froglets also make it very cool. Next up is the second house, which this also looks amazing. And we have that table there from the coffee shop, which is also very cool, and a heart on the floor. This all looks amazing. And, yeah. Lastly but not least for the Legos Island series, since I said I couldn't get to the lodge, is the clothes shop. Like, I literally started this whole event a night ahead of time, and I'm somehow still filming it late. Okay, the school day was quite long, so that also can explain too. And we also had the backyard event today too, so I guess that could also explain. But I got to as many rooms as possible. And you can clearly see because, yeah, look at the amount of rooms I was able to decorate. All in the span of like a few hours, actually. And yeah, the clothes shop also looks very, very cool as well. And well, that's it for the Legos Island series. Let's move on to the next area. The beach, I did not have time to updates, but maybe soon. That means we skipped all the way over to the house, which, as you can see, is also decorated, which is very, very cool. Now, to clarify, the house on the inside is not as decorated as as opposed to out there, which also looks pretty cool. But before we head into the house itself, you may notice that all the bushes have also been changed to the cherry grove bushes as well, which honestly look amazing. And genuinely, I really do love these. It honestly really fits the theme nice. Let's go into the actual house itself now, which, as you can see, is updated for this party. Honestly, this actually looks really cool. And like last year, let me also go ahead and fix that, by the way. Like last year, the Pearl Scent Frog lights are in here as well. Going over here, this is also updated, but maybe not as much as according to the previous year. Yeah, you can tell there are some parts that were not updated this time around, and there's also certain rooms that also are straight up just not updated here, unlike the year prior. Even, for example, the garage is not updated if you don't count that, which is why the lights in here weren't changed. Yeah, some rooms just straight up are not updated here, unlike the previous year. This is mainly because I didn't want to actually do every single room, mainly because it would take too long. And honestly, I honestly can agree. I do think this would have taken far longer if I did every single room. Speaking of rooms, we still got a few more up here before heading up to the yard. The classroom being one of them. The only thing is, though, that is majorly outdated. And let me just change that to purple. That actually looks cool, actually. Now, the Pearl Scent Frog lights have always been in the classroom, so that's nothing new. What is new as for this room is the pink, red, and another pink chair, with more pink and red themed elements. This is not updated, but I think it was the year prior. But this is updated, though. Pretty interesting. And back here is not updated either, although I do remember there being a chair and painting here. I need to really re-add that. Rose Crystal's room also not updated. Heck, not even the office here is updated. Yeah, a lot of rooms are being left out this year. Yep, not even in here. All of these are not updated. But my room is updated, though. Maybe not as much as what we did the year beforehand, but it's still updated regardless, which honestly still makes it look really cool. There may be some slightly less decorations, but you know what? It is all good, as we did not need to do that again. You know, now that makes me actually want to go rewatch last year's video, considering I keep repeating myself between this year and last year. I really should go do that now, shouldn't I? After this video. Because now that just makes me want to do that, dang it. That's a good thing, by the way. That's not a bad thing. That's actually a good thing. I actually kind of do want to go look back at last year's. Off camera, obviously. Not in a look back video. God, no, that would be way too long. But out here is also updated, as you can see as well. Maybe not as much as compared to the previous year, but it's still updated regardless. It honestly still looks very cool. Oh, before we head out to the front yard, the backyard, this is updated as well, which I forgot to show you properly. This is how it looks, by the way, and it honestly looks very cool, which can also explain why you saw that in the garage when we went out there for a few seconds. Now that I got that over with, let's go to the backyard, and we're going to actually use this gate for once, and I forgot that that was powdered snow. And it won't matter in about a month, but here's the yard. Let's just go from left to right. As you can see, this is how it looks. It honestly looks very cool. With all that being said, what do you guys think? Of the tree next to the one eye. All of these rooms are custom, unlike last year where these were a remake of the 2018 real-life event. Nope, since this is of course after the events of that, all of this is custom, and I did tell you that after the Backyard Farewell Party remake that all of these would be custom from that point forward. And I still kept my promise, because all of this is something you haven't not seen before in terms of these designs. The same can also be said for over here, but mainly just the entire yard itself is all custom decorations. I also mainly implemented all of the cherry trees because they honestly look so beautiful. You know, it's actually kind of funny because ironically for 1.20, the Cherry Grow update was revealed, I think, legitimately on Valentine's Day last year. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was like revealed on Valentine's Day that we would get the Cherry Grove items in 1.20. Again, please correct me in the comments if I am wrong. But I think they like revealed it on Valentine's Day itself as like a nice little surprise. And honestly, that was so cool. But again, do correct me if I got the date wrong. But I think that's when it was though. I think they like revealed it on Valentine's Day for the Cherry Grove items as like a little surprise. Which honestly, that was so cool. The field's not updated, but the time machine is. Not on the inside though, as you can see. Only on the outside. Oh, and by the way, these are meant to just represent just like streamers going across the tree like garland and stuff. That can explain what's on the trees, outside of the cherry stuff. Honestly, super cool, and this also looks very cool. And yeah, even over here got updated surprisingly. And see, now we see a little more white here. Which is honestly super cool. Yep, even the whole pump house here is updated for Valentine's Day. It honestly looks so cool. And ironically, fun fact, this is ironically where I first tested out the cherry grow stuff for if I wanted to actually put it in the event or not. And well, I'm glad I did because it looks very beautiful. It honestly really does fit this event. Sorry. Anyway, that's the point. The whole workbench here is updated as well with some pretty cool colors. And even the bench over here, yeah, the whole bench over here is updated as well. With basically the entire treehouse also getting completely redone for this party. In terms of its colors, of course. Honestly, this actually does look amazing, if I'm being quite honest with all of you. Yeah, honestly, this actually does look amazing. I mean, look at the way that it's decorated. I did not think I was going to go this nuts. And, fun fact, by the way, I don't think I was originally going to redo the whole pump house here again, much like I did for St. Patrick's Day last year. I don't know, just felt like it. But I just want to confirm to you, I don't think this was originally planned. I think I was just going to leave it the same, just with, of course, pink and red decorations around it. I'm actually, like, not joking. That actually was originally going to happen. But then I thought, frick it, let's just go nuts. Although I'm going to kind of regret that when cleaning it up. Dang it. Oh, well, I've seen worse. I've done worse. Remember Christmas? Yeah, I know, that took forever to clean up, but it was worth it. The tree next to the garden also is updated, which is honestly super cool. Ironically, it is actually the first place that I tested out the... Okay, I think I can confirm every single one of my cats have died just because of the powdered snow alone. I think I need to remove it. Because that's like the 5th cat that's died because of the powdered snow. First Stripes, then Winter. And even Whiskers and Cookie all just died randomly from the powdered snow. I should really remove that. Regardless though, this honestly looks very cool. And the last room before heading to the village is the shed, which the only thing to be updated here is the tree, as nothing else got updated. but that was mainly okay. Mainly because we didn't need to actually do it fully. It is ironically the only tree to not have garland on it. Unlike all the other trees. But that was okay. Oh, wait a second. While we are here, let's get the map. There we go. Yeah, it doesn't really look that different. But hey, it's at least updated slightly. See, I knew I would keep that map in there for a reason. Anyway, guys, that is it for this. The current backyard is not updated, so we're gonna get out of here now. Okay, it wasn't letting me pause there for like 2 seconds, so that can explain the 2-second delay. Yeah, for some reason, yeah, it was not letting me pause for 2 seconds. That was weird. Lastly is the village, which, as you can see, the bridge is updated as well. And, well, the village is also, fun fact, ironically, the last place I ironically did before making this video. Which, as you can see, is updated. With pink and red hearts, respectively. This actually looks amazing. And genuinely, while the village doesn't really have that much decoration, at least on the outside, what I can confirm is that the insides are completely decorated for this party. And that truly does say something. Because, as you can tell, they are entirely decorated for this party. Which honestly is so cool. Same can be said for in here as well. Which honestly looks amazing. And while this is the smallest house of them all, that can explain why we're not going to be in here after that. Next up is this house. With this being the biggest house of them all, there is a lot more decoration. But not much. It's still cool though. The lighthouse is also updated. Well, mainly on the top to be specific. With the pearl sand froglets replacing the glowstone that's normally on top. The only other thing to be updated is the fences, being changed from nether brick, as we can see down there, to the cherry and mangrove fences. Mainly just pink and red fences to be specific. Next up is the library. Honestly, this is so cool. And yeah, with all that being said, this is actually a really cool design. Oh, let me put that in there real quick. There we go. Nice. Alright. The library does look pretty cool, though, I will admit. Oh, there we go. Doesn't let me do that for a second. Okay. Blacksmith shop. Second to last place. And then we got the work shed. And then we're done with this tour. Can we get it done in under 30 minutes? I highly doubt it. But we'll see. Blacksmith shop, though, does look pretty cool. The inside also right here does look cool. And the outside does as well, surprisingly. Yep, the heart in the middle. The reason the anvil got removed is just so we can have the heart in the middle. Although I should probably place that anvil like right here. Although that would ruin the design, though. Actually, what I could have done was just place it in here, like right here. But, oh well. Regardless, though, this is pretty cool. And it's also ironically all around the building. That's why you kept seeing the pink around the building. Our final room in this entire party is ironically the work shed. And, well, surprisingly, it doesn't actually have that many decorations in here. We do have a few hearts in here, as you can clearly see. But beyond that, there's not much to say, actually. Yeah, even only the floor got updated in here. And nothing else beyond that. I mean, the staircase got updated. But if you go any farther beyond that, there's nothing. And that is where the tour officially wraps up. Wow. We did it. Basically in 30 minutes. The only problem is that we have exactly 30 minutes to get this video out before midnight. Which I highly doubt is going to happen. Considering the fact that I think this event was a lot bigger than I intentionally thought. Even with some rooms that just straight up weren't decorated, this ended up being such a cool party. What are your thoughts on this party? Comment down below. Love to hear it. And until next time, goodbye!